What's up, I'm Joe. It really got my goat that I hadn't updated in a blue moon, so I was racking my brain till the cows came home, searching high and low for video ideas that would knock your socks off. You know, making a video blog seems easy as pie from the other side of the fence, and I'd love to rest on my laurels in the lap of luxury and not have to work at it, but I can't have my cake and eat it too. So it was now or never. I had to eat some humble pie and make an update, but I was drawing a blank. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Cliches! Cliches are a sticky wicket. They are a blessing and a curse, a double-edged sword, the monkey on our backs and the wind beneath our wings. The general feeling toward cliches is that they are the mark of a lazy writer, and I have to agree. Most of the time when people use cliches, they're just trying to get other better writers to do their work for them. I mean, somebody else already said pretty much what I'm trying to say anyway, so why make up something new? I would have probably come up with vanish into thin air even if that Shakespeare hack hadn't thought of it first. Right. Listen, if you're using other writers' words to spackle the gaps in your poorly cobbled ideas, you're not fooling anyone. People hate writers who use cliches because they're cut and paste. They're empty. A collection of quotes does not a paper make, and a collection of templated thoughts is not interesting or exhilarating. However, just because you're using a cliche doesn't mean you're being lazy. Cliches are the memes of our language, the genes that drive the evolution of English. Somebody crashes some words together into a phrase that's particularly striking, and then that striking phrase finds its way into popular usage as a cliche, and then that popular cliche starts to morph the meaning of the words within it. So cliches make language move, but most importantly, cliches are vessels, tools for writers to pack extra layers of meaning into everything they say. These powerful phrases that we've stolen from great writers over the years have lost their initial punch and been stripped of their definitions by overuse, but they still retain their initial recognition, which is the most important part for the writer, because the writer can use that to immediately communicate something to his audience with just a few words, and he can also fill that empty cliche with new definition. And that's the difference between an empty cliche and a well-used cliche. It's like the evolution of computers, which lets us pack more and more data onto smaller and smaller parts. The evolution of cliches works the same way, letting us communicate on multiple levels at once. For example, one of my favorites is, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it, which doesn't really make sense as a joke unless your audience is familiar with the two cliches, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and burning bridges. If we didn't have the cliche ahead of time, I would have to spell the whole thing out, which would totally ruin the joke. Well, we'll burn that bridge in the metaphorical sense of severing connections with someone when we get to it, because you can't cross a bridge, much less burn it, until you actually physically get there, can you? Of course, in this case, it's a metaphorical bridge, so it wouldn't matter anyway, and we'll never get to a bridge, because it doesn't actually exist. Get it? The juxtaposition of those two incongruous bridge cliches is what makes the comedy work. It wouldn't be funny any other way. All of comedy, all of storytelling is about setting up and breaking down expectations, and those expectations are cliches. And because cliches work so well with those expectations and set them up so beautifully, they are the perfect vessel to take a single entendre and turn it into double or triple layer, just supersize it. And then when we beat two or more of these meaning-packed idioms together, we get this beautiful swirling word batter baked into this nice tight little cliche loaf that explodes with dozens of meanings in every bite. Empty cliches are the Twinkies of English. They'll keep your audience alive, but they're not going to impress at a party. A good host has the art of baking idioms down to a science. A really great writer serves up the home-brewed idiom cake garnished with cherries and puffed up fat with a thick layer of cliche cream in the middle. That's the kind of cliche I want to sink my teeth into. After all, what's the point of having a cliche cake if you can't eat it? 50 XP for watching. Peace and love.